NIS traditionally supplies nearly 50% of Serbia's oil products, gasoline, diesel, jet fuel, making it central to the country's energy market. With US sanctions now in place, payment systems like Visa and MasterCard have become unusable at NIS petrol stations. Only cash, domestic cards or direct bank transfers are accepted. President Alexander Vučić says he refused to comply with a US ultimatum to nationalize NIS, calling that a last resort option.
They would have extended the pause on sanctions even further if I wanted to sign that we are moving towards nationalisation. They would have said, no problem, here's another month, here's another 2, just to give us a guarantee. You don't even have to sign. Just give us your word that you're going to go into nationalisation. I said, you know, that's always an option, but it will be my last option.
Meanwhile, Serbia is scrambling to import refined products, petrol and diesel, to make up for the looming refinery shutdown. But Europe's transport network lacks the capacity for such large volumes. The Pančevo refinery has stocks of crude and raw input for processing, but these will run out by November 1st, unless supplies change course. Now other importers and distributors are expected to fill the void left by NIS.
Imports have increased, of course. This started a few months ago, in fact, when several large international companies stopped buying oil derivatives from the Serbian oil industry. Imports will certainly double, but it is not enough to fill the void caused by the cessation of deliveries from NIS.
Serbia says it has filled all reserve storage tanks and holds sufficient stocks to cover demand until year's end, preventing immediate panic. Imports of oil derivatives into Serbia have historically ranged between 20 and 40%. Now that's set to rise sharply. The key question: will the reserves and increased imports be enough to prevent shortages or price shocks before winter?
Currently, there is enough fuel at all gas stations across the country, thanks to the accumulated reserves and increased imports. But the big question now is, what will happen when those reserves run out? Aljoša, Milenković, CGTN, Belgrade.